You know, a lot of people are gonna see this title, see this video, and call me crazy for saying 2021 was a great year for pro wrestling. But I want y'all to think about it. And I know a lot of y'all saying it was the worst year for pro wrestling. But think about it. Was it really? Because if you ask me, it was one of the better years recently. Way better than last year. Better than 2019. Better than 2018. You know, first off, here's one of the reasons. New Japan Pro Wrestling. You got to see three men that had never been champion before, that have worked hard their whole career to have that belt, hold that belt. Kota Ibushi, Will Ospreay, and Shingo Takagi. Okay. Then Sonata got a belt. It was a tag belt. He didn't have one, but he still got it. And let's see what else for New Japan. We've gotten more stars in the U.S. promotion side. We had Jay White show up on Impact. Kenta got his first belt. Or not his first belt because he had the Never Openweight belt, but he finally won a U.S. belt. Tanahashi finally won the U.S. belt. We got a bunch of stuff from the Forbidden Door. Not so much of AEW people. Well, not so much of AEW on New Japan, but we got New Japan on AEW. We saw. Alright, well, I don't know if this is really a good thing or a bad thing, but we did see Jonathan Gresham get to win that ROH belt and close up that chapter of Ring of Honor. We finally got to see Chapter 1 of AEW end when Heyman won the belt. Finally, we've been waiting on this since day one. Let's see. We've seen so much. Okay, now I know I'm not talking about WWE now. We ain't going through that. That was depressing. And I know, so is Impact on Watch Impact. We saw Utami's great run. We saw Stardom start having mini live pay-per-views. You know, and we saw Sayuri versus Utami, bro. You can't tell me that this year was bad for pro wrestling. Because it wasn't. This was a very enjoyable year. Honestly, for pro wrestling. New Japan lacked, but it was better than it was last year. New Japan has lacked a lot. That pandemic seriously hurt New Japan. Ain't been the same since. But that's okay. Last year, they're not. This year, they've improved. They're not near as bad as last year. I would love to see their match cards get stronger again. Their matches be like they used to be again. And not so much of the same people. But again, we did get to see them improve compared to last year after their return from the pandemic. So it was an enjoyable year. I know a lot of people can't enjoy it because they stopped watching WWE. They stopped watching NXT. But if you just focus on AEW, you shouldn't call yourself a pro wrestling fan. You need to get out there. You need to watch Stardom. You need to watch New Japan. You need to watch MLW. You need to watch TJPW. Do that for yourself. Do it. And, hey, we've saw some Lucha Underground type stuff on MLW. You know? Just, that's even more. So, 2022 is definitely going to be a better year by the looks of it. We're going to get New Japan versus Noah. We're getting Azteca Underground, or whatever they're calling it now. And even AEW, we should see some interesting things. And Stardom is going to, I'm going to tell you, I can already call it. Stardom about to be promotion of the year next year. It already is this year, but it's going to be even better next year. I can already tell. So, that's it for this video. But I really just want to come on here and say that this was an enjoyable year for me. And I thought it was one of the better pro wrestling years.